Hey guys, okay, so
Hey.
this video is going to be a little bit different. We are actually starting a podcast.
What? So I feel like everyone has already started a podcast, but it's something we've been wanting to do for a long time. So we're hopping on the train.
So this is going to be Up All Night with Kelsey and Corbin, and it's going to be a podcast just for us to kind of sit down, hang out, cover controversial parenting stuff, and then just stuff that's kind of in the news that pertains to parenting and us. And I feel like a lot of you guys that watch our channel, so it should pertain to you guys.
Yeah. We are literally in our garage. The kids are asleep and we actually hang out right now.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to call it Up All Night, just because it's like we are up all night sometimes with
Yeah.
June and the baby, and it's just parenting stuff. We're up all night.
Yeah.
And sometimes up all night just hanging out.
Yep.
So the podcast will be available on all platforms where podcasts are available, but since you guys are our YouTube viewers and Instagram viewers, you guys are going to get a sneak peek of the podcast first, and then the podcast will be out on the app in a couple weeks. So without further ado, this is our first episode of Up All Night with Kelsey and Corbin. Hey guys, I'm Corbin.
I'm Kelsey.
And this is Up All Night with Kelsey and Corbin. Up All Night is going to be about current events and news that are happening in the parenting world.
Ooh.
And we are going to cover them. We're going to get some input from our listeners and just kind of talk about some of this stuff that affects, I guess I would say, millennial parents,
Yeah.
new parents, stuff that our parents didn't have to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, they dealt with a lot of the same
There's
things.
a lot of stuff they didn't have to deal with.
Yeah,
It's very true.
There's some stuff that's like, ugh. Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to start off the podcast today with basically how it's going to work is I'm just going to go through stuff that's happening in the parenting world, like news, and then Kelsey and I are just going to like talk about it and how it affects us and pertains to us, and some of it is just for fun and like funny and just for us to hang out because we're staying up all night with you guys, but not all night. Just for like 30 minutes to an hour.
We'll see how this goes. Podcast, huh? See how this goes.
Kelsey's really nervous about being bad at this.
I'm gonna be so bad at this.
No, you're gonna do good. Okay, so let's just jump into the first story that I saw. This was a little bit ago, and I'm still conflicted. So if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, go do that. The links will be in the description of the podcast. It's instagram.com/CorbinAdamScott and /Kels
Emily Scott.
Yeah. So I asked our Instagram peeps about this story. So basically what the story is an airline, I don't remember which one, but one of these airlines is allowing people to say whether or not you have a baby, and then it'll show the baby on the seat map. So when other people are choosing their seat, they can see that a baby is sitting right there. And
Which airline is this?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it's in Japanese.
Okay.
Or
So not
Chinese.
like Delta
No,
or United.
it's not like an American airline. So it's kind of conflicting, and people were like kind of up in arms about it because it's like, wait, why do you have to notify them, or why should other people see that you have a child? And it's like, all of us were children at one point. It's just like, get over it, you know?
Uh-huh. Okay, well, to be fair, I kind of like the idea of it just because as a parent, it feels a little bit less stressful knowing that the people around me know they're sitting by a child.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, okay.
Or a baby.
You know what you got yourself into. Like,
Yeah, instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, all the people around me, they sat down and they're like, oh no, a baby.
yeah.
You know, like they already know. They're prepped. They know.
Yeah. But then the other side of the coin is like, why do you have, like, are they going to have to like start requiring people who can't control their volume to like say so? So like people with like disorder, like Tourette's or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like it starts down a slippery slope, and
That's true.
I don't know. So also, when I asked our Instagram people, so our friend Crystal, she's an amazing photographer in Southern California, and she messaged me and she was like, I didn't even think about this. And when she messaged me, I was like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. So she messaged me and she was like, she's against it. And then she was also like, also, it gives like a roadmap to pedophiles to like see where the kids are. Because it's like pedophiles fly too. I mean,
I didn't even think about that at all.
I got really
that does
creeped
change it a
out.
bit.
Yeah. Isn't that creepy?
I just never would have thought about that.
Yeah, neither would I. And then, I don't know. I was just like, oh, yeah, okay. I'm not really for that.
Ugh. Yeah, that definitely complicates it. That, I don't know. Ooh, I don't like to think about that.
Yeah, so I took a poll on our Instagram. Let me bring up those numbers. 73% said great idea, and 27% said no.
Oh, really? So most people are for it.
Yeah. I feel like if you didn't have kids,
did people respond with like what they thought about it?
No. Some people commented and like messaged me privately, but I didn't have like an answer sticker on there. I should do that next time. But yeah, like 1,000 people said it was a great idea. Over 1,000. So I don't know.
I'm wondering, like I'm trying to think back to before we had kids because I can barely remember.
I would probably think it was a good idea.
Like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
But then, the airlines are going to start charging more if you're not sitting by a baby.
That's a good point.
Because they charge more for everything. Or it could be incentive. You get a discount if you're like, yes, I'm okay sitting by a baby.
Well, that is true. That is true. Okay, so I think we can go to the next thing that I saw.
Okay.
And
I have to stretch my leg. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Let's see here. So this next one was just like a controversial story. People said it was appalling and offensive, which it is. A first grade assignment outraged parents.
Okay.
So we have a almost 3-year-old and a 2-month-old, so she's pretty far from first grade. But
she is in preschool.
Yeah, she is in preschool.
She doesn't have homework assignments.
She doesn't?
Does not.
Yeah,
but
I don't think she does.
She is in preschool.
This story, so I don't know. I'll just say what happened. So basically, in this first grade class in Pittsburgh, a teacher assigned a homework assignment, and it was like one of those like reading, like you read a short paragraph and then you like say like what happened, was the subject and what was going on, It's like reading comprehension. Anyway, it was called Tom and Rob, and I'll read some of the first sentences. Tom will run. He will run from the cop. Tom will run with Rob. They will not stop. Look at the cop. The cop has a big mop. And so, like, people were just mad.
Wait, what? What?
People were just mad that it was like, this was a first grade assignment, and it was talking about running away from the cops.
Oh my! I would be so mad. What was that?
Yeah,
what was she thinking? Or he?
I don't know.
He or she? I don't know.
The school district responded and they were like, this was not approved by our curriculum and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, of course. They didn't back up the teacher. It's all on the teacher. The poor, tired teacher trying to do it all.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's pretty bad.
To me, that seems very straightforward. Like, this is not appropriate for first graders. But I don't know. This could go into like all about the teachers and how they are so overworked and expected to be perfect and deal with everything.
That is true.
That
is true. It could have just been like a tired teacher.
A tired teacher who's like, look, all of these words rhyme. This works.
But still, it's pretty messed up.
It is.
That's a pretty messed up story.
That is. Well, okay.
But I think it's safe to say that like parenting has changed a lot over the years. Like we were talking about how like our parents didn't have to deal with a lot. Like what's some things they didn't have to deal with?
Social media.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Judgment. I feel like parental judgment is like
people
bigger.
Care more about what you're doing with your kids.
Yeah. We all do it.
Do what?
Judge other parents.
Oh.
Like, I'm not perfect. I don't judge people about, like...
I think people judged all, like... I think our parents dealt with that. It was just, like, not maybe...
No, but, yeah, now I'm saying, like, because of social media...
Oh, it's more prevalent.
It's way more prevalent. And I don't judge people for, like, big things, but, like... There's
the little things.
What?
The little things.
Yeah, just, like, I don't know, like... I have like a certain way to carry the car seat, and when I see someone
okay
carrying it,
yeah,
like,
I know you're talking about me.
What?
I said I know you're talking about me.
Oh no, I'm just when I see it. I'm not. I'm just like when I see people like carry it. I mean, I think you do carry it.
I do
way.
carry it
like,
the hard way.
It that way, like just slip. There's this way to carry a car seat, and it's way easier, and you can just like walk and like have your arm. But what I was trying to say is we like have to deal with judgment from parents a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I feel like it's a competition. Everything is a competition.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, my way is the best way, and this is gonna make my kid a genius.
Yeah, we are so worried about how smart our kids are, how advanced our kids are.
Yeah. So I wanted to go over like how much parenting has changed, and I found some parenting tips and advice from the 1900s.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited about this.
I want to read these. Kelsey's never seen these. I want to read
No,
these.
I haven't.
In the 1900s, they would use acid as nipple cleanser.
What?
So...
For what? The
for
kids?
Like nursing and stuff, you know, like to clean your nipple, they would use acid.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Like, ouch. No, who thought that was a good idea?
In the 1910s, they thought holding your baby spoiled your baby.
I've heard that one before.
They were told
Some people still think that.
They were told to ignore their kids.
Some people still think that.
Unless you're feeding them or changing their diaper. Do some people think that?
Some people definitely still think that.
Oh.
I think that, just to go a little bit onto that, I do think you cannot spoil your kid, but I do think letting your kid learn to self-soothe might be beneficial.
Yeah.
So, it's okay to let them cry a little bit.
Yeah.
Babies. I
mean, obviously, like, all kids are different, and everyone knows how to parent their kid the best way, and a kid's parent is gonna do it the best way. Like, you have certain parenting styles for your kids, and no other person is gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, and all kids are different. Each kid is different. Yeah, like Juniper and Tabor are very different.
Right.
I mean, he's a baby, but
yeah, that's what we're learning from like having two kids. It's like even our two kids are very different. I feel like stuff we're doing with June isn't gonna be the best route for Tabor, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so the next one is, let me open my phone. Oh, in the 1930s, they used to put their babies in cages and then like hang them out the window. So like in New York, like in high rises, the baby would be like in a cage, kind of like you know how like window air conditioners like stick out.
That oh my gosh, how could you do that? How do you trust the cage?
Because fresh air and sunshine was good for a growing baby,
which is true.
Yeah, I think it's true, but
I'm just like, man, you really have to trust that cage.
Yeah. This cage is one of these cages.
Is there a picture?
This one's just on the ground, but they do have pictures. In the 1940s, Stop Coddling Boys.
Oh, there we go.
So basically,
boys can't cry.
Yeah, boys can't cry, and you can't like, I don't know, coddle them, I guess. Oh my gosh, I haven't.
Have you not read these?
I haven't read the whole list. In the 1950s, bathe your baby 3 times a day. What were they doing in the 1950s that made you have to bathe your baby 3 times a day?
Dang. That would never work in our house.
And a kiss only lands on the back of the baby's neck.
What?
Yeah, that's
such
weird.
A random spot.
Cleanliness. Oh, 1950s, like.
I guess like no germs, right? So it's not like on the baby's face.
Yeah, they just. I
guess that kind of makes sense. I don't know.
I think wasn't that the era of like the housewife and like.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
1960s, start solid foods at 2 days old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I've always wondered, like, what would happen if you started to feed your baby early? Nothing, right? It worked in that, worked in that decade.
It says by 2 weeks, babies could have vegetables. By 3 months, they could eat bacon and eggs. By 6 months, they could start with a daily coffee, according to the doctor.
A daily coffee?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wow.
And he would also advise strongly against middle of the night feedings, even for newborns.
Doesn't this make you question like
what
all
we're doing today?
Medical stuff we're doing right now?
Yeah, stuff we're doing today. Like it's gonna
like
seem crazy.
We're gonna look back on this time and be like, what were we thinking?
1970, send your daughter to charm school. Junie would probably love that.
She would love charm school, but she's so charming already. So
1980s, babies sleep best on their stomachs. That's how I think that's how my mom did me, but now it's
back is best.
So
although I still think babies sleep better on their stomachs.
Yeah, Tabor does. I mean, we don't put him to sleep on his stomach in the crib, but like when we're holding him, he'll fall asleep on his stomach. 1990s, timeouts should be super long. And we do timeouts, but this says long? 30 minutes.
Whoa.
Confinement. So that's a little controversial.
I didn't grow up that way. We were born in the 90s.
That was the 80s. Oh, wait, no. That was the 90s. Yeah, I didn't grow up that way.
Huh.
2000s, beat your baby with a rubber hose.
What? I don't think that's real.
A Tennessee
Who gave that advice?
It was a Tennessee preacher who authored a book to train up a child and to get rid of children, stubborn mules.
Okay, so wait, is this
Unsurprisingly, his advice has been allegedly linked to the deaths of 3 children.
Oh my gosh. Wait, is this article like the most crazy advice for each decade?
Yeah,
it's not just like general advice?
I think it's just the popular things in each decade.
Okay.
2010s, which we're out of, but only sickos kiss their kid on the lips.
That was kind of a thing.
Yeah. It was. I've always kissed June on the lips.
Yeah, that's weird.
I just
not that you kiss her on the lips, like the fact that it's considered
weird to kiss her on the lips. Yeah, I don't know, but that was all of the weird parenting stuff and
what
how
is it
it's
going to be
changed.
for our generation? Like for our kids, I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know.
I feel like it's going to be something related to technology.
Oh, screen time.
Yeah.
Something like that, like screen time.
It's
I
gonna
saw
be
this
screen
one
time.
story about how like they analyze the brain of like I think it was a 4-year-old, and he was on a screen for like over 5 to 6 hours a day, and his brain matched that of a meth addict because
Dang.
it's so like
I believe it.
you're getting like instant satisfaction like for hours and hours.
Yeah. That can't be good. Like, even as a full-grown adult, I totally know I'm addicted to technology.
Yeah.
And to
But
be like a
then-
child with like no self-discipline, no like understanding that maybe this is not healthy, like, oh yeah, it would totally go all wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Go over to our Instagrams and comment. What do you think is gonna be a controversial parenting thing we do now, but it'll be controversial in the future?
yeah.
Yeah,
Something we do now that'll definitely be controversial in
Yeah.
the future.
that's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. Okay, and I think the last thing that I saw that was kind of interesting was there's a new book out. So
From Rachel Hollis.
no, you're obsessed with Rachel
I know.
Hollis. It's a book. I don't know. You probably remember it, but the first one was "Go the F to Sleep."
Oh yeah.
And it has like the cuss words in the book that
Yeah.
you read to your baby.
You're so like the theory behind it is you read it, your baby doesn't know what you're saying. It's kind of funny. You're stressed out as a parent. It's kind of funny. It's nice to like have a joke.
Get the frustration out.
We
so
don't have that book, by the way. Just putting it out there.
We don't have it.
No.
Oh,
Do we?
that you know of.
Do you?
I make up my own story. But there's a volume 2 now.
Oh, what is it?
And it's F. Now there's 2 of you.
Oh my gosh, I think I need that one.
I know. Like that's my life every day.
I think I need that one.
Yeah, it came out
How does that I want to read it. I want to read the book.
It's just about like having 2 kids, and it's like F, now there's 2 of you. But I don't think you're supposed to read it to your kid, or maybe you're supposed to read it to the younger one.
Probably the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not the toddler because the toddler would be saying it all the time.
Yeah. Junie has said it wasn't a bad one, but it was the dang it, but not dang it.
Yeah.
Because I say that when I get frustrated, and
We both say it when we're very, very frustrated. At first, I heard her say it. I was like, okay, who said it?
Yeah, but
Who says that word around here?
Oh yeah, like who? Where'd she learn that from? We didn't react because then she would like know.
Yeah, be her favorite word ever.
Yeah, and knowing Junie, she would say it over and over and over. So we just didn't react, and
I don't think she said it since.
I
haven't heard her.
Yeah, because I tried
I heard
really,
it. I have said it since, and I was like, oh, it could have been me.
Yeah, I've tried really hard to stop saying it since she did that.
Now I'm definitely more aware.
But it was pretty funny because we were in the car and we were driving somewhere, and she was just like, dang it.
It's like, oops.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
It was funny. Anything else you want to add?
Like what?
I don't know.
No.
I know. We're tired. We're in our garage. The kids are asleep.
I'm usually asleep at this point.
Yeah, what time is it?
Okay, not quite, but like in an hour. It's 8:30.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast right there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a rating on the podcast app. Be sure to subscribe to it, and let us know what you guys think. Let us know what other stuff you want to hear about or talk about. I think there's a way that we can like take calls or maybe emails.
Calls? That would be so interesting.
Yeah. So we're going to make it way more like interactive with you guys in the future. We just wanted to do our first one and see how it went, and
I think it went pretty well. Better than I was expecting.
Yeah. Do we look professional with these like fancy microphones?
I'm not sure if we look professional because I'm wearing a blanket. So
and sweatshirt because our garage is freezing.
But the mics are cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Okay. Well, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week.
What do I say? I usually say,
I don't know.
Be
We
where
usually
your
say
feet
be
are.
where your feet are to end the vlog, but I feel like it doesn't really apply.
I know. Something parenting. Some sort of parenting slogan. Like, hang in there.
And hang in there, folks. All right. Peace.
That feels dated.